Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, Monday night slash Tuesday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. And it's New Year's Eve, and I am hanging out with a friend of mine in Southern Arizona. I've absconded his dining room table, so everything's unfamiliar to me right now. So if I hit a wrong button or mess this up a little bit, you'll know why. But hey, speaking of a mess, the market's gone sideways and mostly down. Bitcoin's hanging around 92K. It bounced up to 94 briefly and then back down to 92. But I've been trading that choppiness on my day trades, doing pretty well. Swing trades, not so much. But that's why we trade both. So let's go over to Bitcoin and look at that chart. Should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart. I should probably get rid of
Yep.
this. Thank you. And we are below the 20 EMA, above well, actually right on the 50 and above the 200. 90,000 seems to be holding its support. So I guess that's some good news out of this. Rather see 100K hold a support. But 90 is holding, so that's better than nothing. On Ethereum, around 3,300, a cluster of day candles between 3,300 and 3,500. So that seems to be where the short-term support is on Ethereum on the day chart anyway. So any questions, comments, or wild prognostications on the markets before we head over to Altcoin Alert to see what we can do for day trades? Okay, you guys are quiet. I will head over to Altcoin Alert. Let's see what we can do. Okay, easy mode is off. Altcoin radar is on. I'll do a quick refresh. And I was looking at the XYO network because it just shot up as the number one on the AA score, 88.2. I'm looking for values 80 and higher. Right now we have XYO way up there. Let's look at that chart. It is on Coinbase. So Americans can trade this. It is dipping down. Has not hit the 20 on the RTI yet. Oh, let's review my setup here. I've got supply and demand visible range, Lux Algo free indicator. The red zone is resistance, the green is support. And I've got the RTI relative trend index I use for entries. I put alerts on this. And when I get a break below the 20 and then back up, a dip and retrace, I like that. It's my favorite trade. And I frequently enter trades in that scenario. I will also take a short if it goes above 80 and then dips down. I'll trade on leverage on a foreign exchange, that kind of thing. And then I do most of my swing trades on Coinbase as spot trades. So I sometimes use the cumulative delta for confirmation on a trend-based trade. So for XYO, which would be a spot trade, I think the way to approach this would be see if it dips below 20 and then comes back. So right click on the RTI, add an alert, crossing up on the 20. Once per bar close, we'll leave it on all day until you turn it off. Alert name, AA score. And if you type it in a few times, TradingView will remember that name. So you can just select it next time. Notifications, notify an app on my smartphone, toast notification, be a pop-up on my laptop, play a sound also on my laptop, and there's a few to choose from. I like Chirpy and 3 notes reverb, then I use Handbell for my swing trades. But there's a lot to choose from. Doesn't really matter. So when the RTI breaks below 20 and comes back up, breaks back above 20, that alert will go off and I will look at the charts and reassess. Usually look at Bitcoin, also on the 15-minute chart. So I'll move it over to the 15 and see what's going on with that. If it's basically trending up and the altcoin of my choice has dipped, excuse me, below 20 and is trending back up, dip and retrace. That's a trade I want to take as a day trade. I'm usually looking for 1 to 1.5% move on a chart. I'm trading at 10x leverage on a foreign exchange. So that's going to be 10 to 15% per trade for me. If you're trading on spot on Coinbase or Kraken or something like that, you might want to go for a larger move, then look at your red zone and some of your other resistance points to determine your exit. So let's say, just for an example, we got in this trade now. To the red zone would be 14%. That's a great day trade. Maybe you're not that ambitious. Maybe you go to this resistance here, and that's 7, almost 8%. That's also a very good day trade. So either of those would be good. And then actually, if you want to go back a little further, you have resistance over here, and this would be about 9%. All three scenarios are excellent for day trade take profits. Any questions on XYO as a day trade? Okay, let's look at this as a swing trade. We'll go over to my other layout. And I use a supply and demand visible range again for support and resistance. But then I use supertrend for entries and Trendio LSMA, which is a moving average indicator for confirmation. My ideal long position is something that's coming out of this green zone after a dip, and then the super trend prints a buy signal. You get a green LSMA. So everything is looking good in that scenario. We don't have that right now. Right now, XYO is trending down on the hour chart, and we've got a sell signal, and the LSMA just turned red. So if you want to get a better entry for this, right click on the super trend and mess that up. Let's try that again. Yeah, add an alert on super trend. And the condition is going to be a buy. So when the market has changed, the chart has changed for buy signals, that alert will go off, and you can look at both XYO and Bitcoin to see how the market's doing overall. And if it looks good, go ahead and take that trade. Alert name, AA score again, and then everything else is the same. You might want to change the sound, and you're good to go for a swing trade entry. Any questions on XYO as a swing? Okay. So that was an AA score sort. Let's see what else we can do with Altcoin Alert. And we'll do a social activity sort. I'm going to match that up with trading activity. Fire and fire, fire and thumbs up and thumbs up. Those kind of matches I'm looking for. SXP, I've traded once today, and it's got fire and fire at the moment. Let's look at that one. Go to the RTI. Okay, so it's done pretty well by breaking above the 50. It's not dipping all the way to the 20 because it's been trending up quite a bit today. But when it breaks below 50 and comes back, that can be a good entry on SXP today. So that alert would be a little different than the one I just showed you. Add an alert. You can choose to cross over 50 or crossing up on 50. Or you can, if you want safer, you can go with 20, but that's not going to happen as often. Let's go 50. Once per bar close. And that's going to be social activity. or you can call your alerts whatever you want. Chirpy, click create, good to go. But I already have an alert going. The kind of alerts I do, since I trade both directions, I'm going to be entering a channel and 80 on top, 20 on the bottom, and the rest is the same. So when it dips below the 20 and comes back up, I get that alert. When it breaks above the 80 and dips back down, I get that alert too. And I can either take a long or short, depending on what I'm seeing in the market. Okay, any questions on swipe, SXP, as a day trade? Okay, is a swing. It made a big move just before Christmas, gave a lot of it back, and then broke up again and dipped down again. So this one's been pretty volatile. We're currently in a buy signal, but we're pretty close to resistance. And we've got a red Trendio LSMA. I don't like any of that. If we took this now, about 9%, 9.5% to resistance in the red zone. Don't like that. If you want to buy this, I suggest create an alert and wait till the next buy one comes. Because it'll dip down, then a buy one will kick in probably around here somewhere, and you get a better, little more room to move to the resistance area for your take profit. Okay, well, that's SXP. Any questions on that one? It's either a day trade or a swing. All right. So that was a social activity sort. 1 hour projected range. I took a trade off this today. It's gone though. Oh, it's got, maybe it was on Gala. Well, this is the kind of thing I'm looking for, where the upper and the lower are both green, or the upper is green and the lower has a small red value. Those are like this mod coin has an upper of 4 and the lower is 0.3. So those have potential, but none of these are coins I trade with any frequency. So I'm going to pass on this one. Let's go to short-term sentiment. We'll match this up with Elder Impulse hourly. Bullish and bullish. Mod coin showing up again. AGIC, no. Gala, I was trading Gala earlier today off a different sort, I think. Yeah, not really seeing any matches here I like. So social or the short-term sentiment hasn't been as useful as it used to be. Long-term sentiment, match that up with the Elder Impulse daily. So we got sentiment, what people are talking about online, matched up with a technical indicator. When these match, that is usually a good thing to investigate further. But I'm not seeing much in any matches on the bullish side anyway. So when this happens, there's no or very few matches on the bullish side. I'll just flip it and I'll do a short swap or short sort. That's how I say it. Matching up bearish and bearish. So here I've got Atom, CeeLo, which I have an alert on, though it hasn't fired. Didix, this is something I like to trade. Polkadot, it's been a while since I've traded that. OMG, the same. Jasmine, I like a lot. XLM's an older one. Solana is a classic. Sushi, I've traded it from time to time. So all these are options you can look at on your chart. So let's look at Didix. That one's usually sort of volatile. I like it as a day trade. See that choppiness here. That's on the hour chart though. Something went wrong. Okay, I see some of the choppiness on this. It's on the 15-minute chart. Catch it here, then go up here, 4.5%. Love it. Take this short right about here. Boom, 6%. Love it. And then a break here, 3% like that too. So good opportunities on Dydex here. So this is one, and I think this is a go. This just broke above the 20, dipped below, broke above the 20. So if you're interested in this, you want to take it now. You've got resistance here at about just under 5%. And then the red zone here closer to 6%. Either of those would be reasonable to take profits. So go ahead and trade Dydex as a spot trade, or if you have access to a foreign exchange, you might want to do leverage on this. Or you can wait till it breaks above the 50. Didn't do well on this one. This one broke above the 50 and then cratered. That's not a good example. Break up above the 50 here, went up a little bit and then went down, came back. So that would have been kind of a wild ride. Might have had to do an additional purchase to get out of that one. All right. Yeah, I like it. Right click on the RTI. You can get in now or wait till you get that crossing up on the 20. And this alert is long-term sentiment. And the rest is the same. So I like the setup on the day trade on Dydex. On the swing trade, on the hour chart, we are in a buy signal, but there's been quite a dip and the Trendio is not with us, red. So I think you might want to catch the next buy signal. It's probably be down here. And then you have, if you caught that down here, you'd have 7%. Not a great swing trade, but 7 to 10% isn't bad, especially if you're not in it very long, if you're just in it for a couple days. All right, any questions on Dydex as a day trader swing? Then. Okay, any questions on Altcoin Alert generally? So I'm gonna head over to iCoinPro. Okay, here's iCoinPro. I'm on the Buddy Coin Crawler. I'm gonna refresh. And this is gonna tell me what coins are moving today. I'm looking for values, usually 4% and higher. So I'm looking for that 1 to 1.5% move. If you're looking for bigger moves than that, you might want to choose some of the more volatile coins from this information source. I'm sorting by the average low to SMA. And I think this is where I got the SXP. Solar, they're calling it here. I thought it was swipe, but 5.66%. Did we look at that already? Yeah, I think we did. Let's see what else we can find. Troy. That's an older project too. Phantom. Let's look at Phantom. My computer's getting a little slow. Okay, Phantom's had a dip on the 15-minute chart, starting to come back. So this is pretty similar to what we looked at in the last chart, just broke above the 20. So this is pretty good to go. And then you got retrace potential to the red zone, close to 9%. That's a great day trade. Maybe as much as 10% if you want to go a little longer. So this one's ready now. You can still set an alert on it if you want to catch a better entry. Crossing up on the 20. Might dip again, then cross back up on the 20. That happens. Once per bar close. This is Buddy Coin Crawler. And notifications, whatever you want there, you're good to go. On the FTM. All right, on a swing trade on the hour chart. Interesting. Well, this has huge retrace potential. It's in a sell now, so when you catch the next buy is going to be around here somewhere. Your retrace potential is 30%. That's outstanding. So if you want to catch a swing on this, right click on supertrend, choose your buy, probably only once, Buddy Coin Crawler, and notifications as you see fit. Click create, you're good to go. And you might want to go, if you got in here, you have resistance here, about 8%, not bad. There's another group of candles right about here at 19%, also a good take profit. And then here just below the red zone, yeah, 35%. That's outstanding. If it takes you a few days or a couple of weeks, that's a good swing trade. Okay, any questions on FTM? Okay, let's see what else we can find on Buddy Coin Crawler. Sushi, just below 4. Let's look at sushi. Go to RTI. It's a little bit below 4, but it's close enough. So this one just broke below the 20 on the RTI. Hasn't broken back up yet. So you want to wait till it does. Alert on the RTI. Crossing up on the 20. And either once per bar close or only once. And notifications as you see fit. And you're good to go. So when it breaks above the 20, like it did here, it made a nice move. And also did here, made a nice move. 3%. To the red zone would have been 5, but it didn't quite make it. So probably 3 to 5% on a day trade on sushi would be the way to go as a take profit. On the 1 hour chart, it's currently in the green zone. A buy signal just printed, but the Trendio LSMA is not convinced. So you want to get that confirmation before you take it. Probably the Trendio is not alert friendly, so maybe you do a price alert here at the top of the green zone. Add an alert, 1.4, 40. And I call this a confirmation alert. That's a secondary alert I want to see from my confirming indicator. And when that goes off, I'm more inclined to take the trade. So click create if you want to do a confirmation alert, and you're good to go. And then your take profit. If you got in here, the red zone, it's almost 20%. So that's pretty good. You've also got resistance here around 5%. I think I'd want to go at least here on 16% for potential take profits. Okay, any questions on sushi? Well, that's about all I have tonight for Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro. This mostly sideways market. As you can see, there are some opportunities in there for short-term trades to pick up some profits in the markets that are going sideways, but a little volatile, not a lot. All right, I'll throw it open one more time. Any questions or comments?
Nope. Have a good new year.
All right, you guys too. Have a good
Happy
new
New Year.
year. I'll be back on Thursday night.
All right. Happy
Hey,
New Year.
for the
Bye,
help.
everybody.